Cheers, and welcome to this week's bonus edition of the Life of a Fit Pro podcast, Tuesday Tea. I am working through my matcha from Commerce Street Bakery? Commerce Street. I can never remember the name of it, but it's delicious. And I saw the funniest reel that was like, trying matcha for the first time and then like comically spitting it out. Yeah, it's an acquired taste, and I like to describe it as sort of very like grassy earthy, and it's delicious. I get mine with a little bit of cold foam on top, and I think that like cuts into the bitterness of it, similar to how you would add cold foam to like a really strong cold brew or espresso or whatever. It's really good. So let's take a sip and then spill, shall we? Gosh, that's so good. Okay, this week we're going to follow a little trendy trend, and I am going to share 10 things that are totally, absolutely worth the money. Listen, I joke about this all the time that budgets, who's she? I'm not very good at budgets, but I do have financial goals, and I am very good at working toward those. I have always had multiple jobs. I've always been super entrepreneurial. I've always been really focused on living the lifestyle that I want to live. And that means that I'm creative in my approach to work. And fitness is very good for that. Okay, so these are 10 things that are totally worth the money. And this is coming from a fitness professional of almost 20 years. And I would so be curious to know what is included in your list. Are you ready for mine? Okay, number 1, a good pair of shoes. And to add to that, if you are incredibly active, walking all the time, jumping, doing any kind of movement in those shoes, you got to be willing to switch them up. I should really show you sometime. Can I swing this around? If you are watching, you get this little, over in this corner, do you see, let me see, over there? That is a shelf of 30 pairs of shoes that are all sneakers. Yep, they are. Oh, do you see my Dance with the Stars trophies in the background? I have to find a good place for those. So spend the money. Find a good fitting shoe. Here's the tricky part. The right shoe, the best shoe for you is going to be different than the best shoe for me. And I also base my shoes on the activity that I'm doing. So if I'm doing training, weightlifting, boot camp style, my shoes are going to be different than the shoes that I use for my high impact, high fitness class. And they're also different from the shoes that I use for walking, because walking is a very forward motion. My high intensity aerobic class is going to be a lot of side to side, and I need a thin sole for that one. And training shoes are going to be stable to allow for good cushion, because you're really like pressing into all four corners of your feet. So asking me for shoe recommendations is going to cost you a lot of money, because I'm like, get multiple because you deserve it, and different colors because why not, right? I love athletic shoes, and I am very brand loyal. It is super, super difficult to pry certain brands out of my wardrobe because I'm obsessed with them, even to the point where I will buy 2 pairs of the same shoe at the same time, because when that one wears out, I want the other one as a backup. I'm notorious for doing that. Go somewhere where you can get fitted for a good shoe. Make sure it's the right size. Make sure it's appropriate for the workout that you're doing. And if you're not sure what workout you're doing, go for like a standard all formats shoe. They do exist. They're going to cost you a little more money. There's a ton of research on the right kind of shoe for the right kind of activity. But there's also trends. Listen to me very carefully. Don't follow the trends. Go with what works for you. Because like, for example, everybody wants me to be wearing Hokas. Hokas in my feet and my level of activity do not match. It is not the appropriate shoe for me. It might be for you, but that's the trend, right? Or New Balance sneakers might be super trendy, or Converse sneakers in the weight room are super. You'll never catch me in a pair of Converse. They're not the right shoe for me, for my foot, for my gait, for my height, for everything. Get a good pair of shoes, period. Whew, I could do a whole podcast on just that one. That was 5 whole minutes. Okay, number 2. This might be weird, but A supportive mattress is totally worth the money. If you're going to spend your money on things that are going to improve your life, y'all, it's a mattress. Like, you want to make sure that thing is good. And also, like, please don't have the same mattress for your entire life. Good quality sleep is the foundation to a healthy lifestyle. Hill I will die on. That's all I got to say about that. Number 3, pay for these services. Good therapy, good coaching, good mentorship. I get the whole, can I buy you a cup of coffee and pick your brain? I've fallen for that, and I've been asked to do that most of my fitness career. And while I'm happy to help out a friend, I'm at the point in my career where I'm charging for those things. Like, you want to have coffee with me? You're going to pay for it more than just the coffee. Like, that is a session that I'm happy to help with. I'm happy to be a mentor, but you're going to pay for that expertise. The same for therapy, the same for coaching. And listen, you might have a fantastic insurance company that will cover some or all of those things. It's worth investigating. So maybe you're not footing the bill. Maybe your insurance company is footing the bill, but it is worth paying a prime price for those things because that can change your life. And that's worth it. That's worth it. Number 4, boutique group fitness. Now, my classes are not crazy expensive, and I do that on purpose. And I really need to do a whole blog on like why I'm still working a full-time job and teaching almost full-time, because there are reasons for that, and I could dive into it, but I'm able to keep my prices lower as a result. So they're not crazy expensive, but I have seen boutique style classes that are $60, $70, $80. And you know what? If it supports your mental health, if it supports your emotional health, if it makes you feel really good, if it gives you a community, worth every dang penny. It's worth it. And also check to see if your insurance company pays for any of that. Check it out. I have a standard crafted letter because I do have some clients who get money back. They get reimbursed for the fitness classes up to a certain amount that they take with me. And because I don't charge as much, you will get more classes with me out of that. So make sure you're checking into your insurance company to see if they offer that amazing benefit. More of them should, period. Okay, number 5. Oh my gosh, we're only halfway through. Travel. I will never skimp on travel, even to the point of like no longer booking a budget airline because I'm over that. I am not booking budget airline. I'm not sitting next to a screaming child. No offense if you're a parent. I am not sitting next to somebody who should have purchased a whole row. I'm not sitting next to somebody who has never traveled before. I'm done with all of that. I don't care how privileged that makes me sound. I don't care. I do it a lot. I love to travel, and it is something I'm willing to spend the money on. I want a good night's sleep. I want to stay somewhere nice and in a good area. I want to keep getting my loyalty points. So that means I'm staying in really nice hotels. I like the resort life. You know what? You got to know what you like, and you got to know it's worth it. And to me, it is worth it to spend money on travel. Experiences over things every day. Number 6, preventative healthcare, which could also include fitness classes. So that kind of goes along with number 4. Go to your appointments. Go. Make sure you're showing up for all of the things, head to toe, full body. Make sure you're doing all the appropriate things for your age. Please, like, be in the know your numbers. That stuff is important. You might have a copay. You might have an expensive copay. You might not have medical insurance that covers all of those things, but I promise it is worth it to be preventative versus having to go through treatments when you do end up with a disease of some kind. Preventative healthcare is worth every penny. Number 7, continuing education. I love knowing things, and I feel empowered with the more that I know. I read a book a week from the library. I'm currently taking master's courses. I'm taking 2 right now. It's a lot. I'm always writing a paper. I'm always writing papers. And I'm also currently interviewing and researching for doctorate programs. I am a big believer in continuing education, even if it's a one-day workshop, if it's an online 1-hour course, if it's a pace yourself kind of course. Like, please put fund yourself. Put that money to good use by getting to be an expert at something, getting to increase your knowledge into something, even if it's not something that's going to end up paying your bills. Like, go take a class on cake decorating because that's fun. Or go take a class on astronomy because maybe that's fun to you. Just keep learning. And I promise that learning is always worth the money. Learning is always worth the money. Number 8, things that are totally worth it: time with people that you love. This one gets me because I'm working a full-time job and I'm also working full-time fitness, and that can leave little downtime for social connections. So any time that I do have is so dang precious, and it is worth spending. It's worth prioritizing to the point where, like, I could have taught classes every single day this summer. I'm on a roll. Classes would have filled. My pockets would be a little more full, but I've chosen intentionally to have certain days off during the week, even though I have the capacity to do every day. And some weeks I do teach every day. And like this week coming up, I think I have 3 private classes that I'm doing on top of my regular schedule. It's fine. I'm okay to book those, but consider spending time in the way that you like spending time with your people, because that's something that you can't get back, and that is super, super, super precious. And maybe spending time with the people you love means bringing them to fitness classes. I have so many families that come to class together, and that is amazing. And I love that you do that together. Like, please keep doing that because that lights me up. I love it. All right, number 9, we're almost there. Fresh, locally sourced food. Please pay the extra premium to get the high quality, the local, that you are supporting your own community. Like, dollars that you spend in your immediate community, 20, 30 mile radius from your home, will stay in that local community. 3 to 5 times increase percentage, right? Or 3 to 5 times more likely to stay in the community if you're spending it locally. Also, locally sourced food, you don't have to worry about all of these international food issues that are happening because you know exactly where it came from, and you'll be the first to know if something is wrong with it. You won't have to read it in some journal or some study or hear it on the news. And I don't know, I've been eating locally for like the last 20 years, and I don't remember a single problem with local food. So there's that. Pay the extra premium. I promise it's not even that much more expensive. And the quality, like you will never go back to the grocery store for these things unless the grocery store has locally sourced food, which some do. Some are doing a really great job with that. All right. And number 10, oh my gosh, we're almost at the end. A quality yoga mat. Look, I know it's super expensive. Like I think the mats that I have are a little over $100, $120. Lifeform, because it absorbs moisture. It absorbs. So if I'm dribbling sweat, it absorbs right into the mat. It's super, super grippy, which means that I'm not focused on slipping on my mat. I'm focused inward on my breath, on the intentional movement. It will change your experience in yoga, in Pilates. High quality mats are where it's at. I get it. Like, it's easy just to get the rubber ones, but those fall apart. They fall apart. They're super slippery. If you are coming to class and you are dedicated to coming to class, spend a little more money on your mat and hit your girl up, because I have discount codes for Lifeform. I have a discount code for Manduka mats. I've never actually used them, but I know a lot of people swear by Manduka. I'm just a Lifeform girly through and through. And do I have any others? I think those are the 2 that I have. So if you want a discount code, I got you. I think I can also purchase in bulk for an even bigger discount. I'll have to check that out. I cannot wait. Right now, the classes that I'm teaching are outdoors, and then I teach at a college, so I just use whatever they have. But dang, if I had a studio, I would outfit it with Lifeform mats, because they are the absolute best. The absolute best. Okay, those are the things, the 10 things, I could do more, that are absolutely worth every single penny. You get what you pay for. That is like the biggest thing to remember, especially when it comes to health and wellness. If you're not putting in the time, the energy, or spending the money, you're going to get what you paid for. So high quality all the way. These are things that I think do not pinch pennies, do not cut corners, get the real deal. And that's the tea. That's the tea. One sip to leave you with. Let's see. Can I give you a bonus one? One more thing. One sip to leave you with. What else is worth the money? I got to think about that one. Oh, I got it. Athletic wear. I did not include this in the list, but clothing that fits you, clothing that wicks sweat. I don't care what brand it is, but be okay with paying a little bit more money for something that's not going to fall down when you're in class, for something that's going to appropriately fit you and help you feel confident. I think that is absolutely worth the price as well. And you know your girl has some discounts at some major retail spaces. Hit me up. I'd be happy to help you out with that. All right, my friends, that is the tea. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what things that you think are worth every penny. Like, what is it that you want to spend your money on? And don't forget to check out the Secret Life of a Fit Pro blog. I blog daily. And make sure you check out the Life of a Fit Pro podcast that drops every Sunday. Cheers. Bye.